don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you!
Hello there everyone, Tom here again, and today we have the second installment of the MagicSquare Devastator. Can't remember what they're going to call him, but whatever it is, this is Excavator Master and Bulldozer Master, and I have the two sets so far, so you know, we've already reviewed this one, so we're going to be taking us a look at this one today. And let's see what we get in the package. Oh, I don't know if y'all can hear this. Something's loose in here. Alright. For those of you who are curious about such things, empty box. Alright. So we get instructions. Looks like we get 2 cards. Let me see if I can open up these instructions here. They're being a bit persnickety. What do you want to be persnickety for? Come on, open up. Ah! You know I'm going to win in the end anyway. Alright. And just to show you who's the persnickety one, I'm going to fold that over. Ha! Take that, conformity. So, here we have 2 cards. Yep, good to go. Alright. Directions. So I understand that there were some issues with this set, and that's the reason why they redid it. It took so long. That's fine. Doesn't look too horribly complicated. When all this is said and done, I'll have to compare this to the DX9 version. They're hulky. Just to see, you know, just to see. So apparently what was rattling around were the weapons. So, let's see, we'll go ahead and pull out the figures so they can flop right down. That comes off, so that's very nice. Looks like we've got hands, or at least the forearms. I don't see the hands in there. Maybe they are, and I just don't see them yet. The gun and 2 drill bits. Okay, so now it's time to zoom in so we can take us a look here at some of this stuff. And of course we're starting with the drill bits. We get 2 identical drill bits from that one episode that one time. And they're measuring in at about 1 inch and, I don't know, 5/8, 3/8, something like that. Yeah, they're not quite 1.5 inches. We'll go ahead and set those to the side. We get these forearm pieces here, and they're measuring in at about 2 inches by about 1 inch at the height. Ha! We get hands in here. Maybe. Oh! Tight, tight, tight. So here's his elbow joint. Looks like he's going to have... It's not going to be a pretty elbow, but it will be an elbow. And we get the hands. Obviously we don't have a gun yet, but yeah. The hands appear to be on ball joints, so you'll get an articulation point there, or an articulation point at the knuckle. So he'll have 2 articulation points on his hand, and then the thumb will have the same articulation. Okay, well, hey, we're learning as we go here, right? That's right. So if we can get this thing back open, here we go. Pop the fist back in here. Theoretically, the way it should go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now, this should just plug right on. It does, no problem. and that represents that. We get 2 guns. We get this little gun here, which single mold, no paint. We get this little gun right here, again single mold, no paint. And the last thing we get are the figures, and we'll start here with this one. Let's see, I guess this is Bulldozer Master, Excavator Master, whatever his name is. Alright. The scoop is just going to plug into this spot right here. There you go, Scrapper, right? This is Scrapper. Alright, so looking at him, there's no paint. Maybe the eyes are painted, and there's paint here, but otherwise there's really not paint on this thing. It's just kind of flat plastic. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. The scoop can move up. It's got 3 points of articulation. This counts as a point right here, right here, right here. So yeah, it can be expressive, I guess, if you wish it to be. Wish this thing would focus a little bit better. There we go. Alright, so the head, it's on a ball joint. It'll go all the way around. You can actually see the ball joint right there, so that's a good thing. It'll look all the way up, but it's not going to get much down. It runs into this. The arms can do 90 degrees, so he can go wee all the way around. Bicep rotation is in this mushroom peg right here, so no problem. Double jointed elbow. It's kind of ugly elbow, but at least it works well enough. The hands rotate, which is all you're going to get. They're constantly in that, you know, gripping motion. And just looking at it, he can hold his weapon just fine. His weapon, the other guy's weapon, I don't care. Ab crunch. Yep, we got that too. No problem. Waist rotation. No problem. Hips are T-jointed ball joints, so he can definitely do the Chinese splits. Can he do the full American? He can do the full American. Okay. Thigh rotation is built around this joint right here. This is actually an interesting joint. We probably see this a lot, but we don't, or we probably get this a lot, but we don't see it all the time. So yeah, that's how they rotate, I think, around the universal joint. Knee, well, it's not too bad looking, but I've seen better, but it's not bad. I like how it looks like it's got the treads continuing. That is nice. That's a nice little touch to detail. We get an ankle rocker that far. It's on a ball peg, so it really doesn't move up or down. The toe will move down, and that'll move down, but I imagine that's more for transformation than anything else. So you could probably get this guy in a dynamic pose, and it'd be okay. Just have to be aware he is a little limited as far as articulation. Not horribly. Not horribly. He's a lot better, say, than some bots I know. You take that back. Looking at this guy, Bonecrusher, or is he Move Master, whatever the hell his name is. Yeah, he looks fine. He's got more, well, I don't know if it's more, but he's got better paint on his chest. His head might actually be painted. I can't tell for sure. So, looking at it, I'm not much on the head sculpt, but that's okay. Probably the same articulation. No, his articulation is his head can come all the way off. He's a headmaster. Yeah, he can look all the way up. Not really looking down that much though. A little bit. Arms. He actually gets just a little bit more than what his partner does. So there's always that. All the way rotates around. The hand comes out. So I mean, I guess that's a good thing. Let's see, I was trying to get a bicep rotation here. So you get a bicep rotation right here at the elbow. So just be mindful of that. And you get a little bit of a butterfly right through here. So that's nice too. Hand will go all the way around. And he is locked in his open hand position as well. And he can hold his weapon just fine. Or the other guy's weapon, or whatever. Ab crunch, no problem. Rotation at the waist. Ooh. He has it, but alright, mine was getting caught up on the hip skirts. So he does have it, but I had to lift up on the joint here to make it work before I could get it. So just be mindful when you take this out of the box. T-jointed ball joints, these should be the same legs. Full Chinese splits. Forward and back, full American splits. There's that thigh rotation joint right there again. So yes, we do get it. It's stiff, but that's okay. Knee, no problem. Feet, don't go up. Don't really, I mean, you get a little bit. It's more about the rocker than anything else. Alright, and that is these two guys. So why don't we do scale comparison, show him off with his other wave mates, and then we will transform. Alright, so before we get into too deep into transformation, I'm going to go ahead and put on two stickers, two faction stickers, just so that we've got them on here. And put that one right there, like that. And I'm going to put one here on the Bulldozer. Right here. Alright, so now they're official, I guess. I guess. Alright, so let me begin by telling y'all the transformation for these is not as simple as the instructions make out. There's a lot of things that I kind of had to guess with. So let's start here with Bonecrusher. The first thing we're going to do is open up this panel right here. Just opens up like this. Fold this down, collapse this leg section here, and put it into, put it into place right here, and that little notch right there will go right in there like it was made for it. Hey, I guess it was. Fold the foot down and fold this bit up and just put it into place like that. Alright, so we'll do that again real quick. It might help if you bend the knee to get the panel loose. Unlock, bring it up so that it fits in there like it's supposed to. Rotate this around, turn this in, collapse that down, and these things turn a particular way. You'll see when we get to it. Now, open this up, come up here, bend your elbow so that you break this little connection right here. Flip your your hand in, and then reconnect it. Open up, close it down, put it in, reconnect. Alright, that's what we're going to do with this for right now. We're just going to kind of get these out of the way. The trickiest part of this entire transformation is getting the treads in their appropriate spot. It's not easy, and the directions really didn't help all that much. So we open this up, we let's see here, get it right, Tom. Bend this so that you can get these flaps out, which is easier said than done, but doable. you just have to get it in the right spot so that you can get the flaps out. And then once you get the flaps out, here we go. Yeah, see, just fold them out, just like this. Okay. Is that right? Do I fold those out? Crap, I can't remember. These bits right here are going to plug in, if I remember right, to these bits right here. Actually, I think these were supposed to be in. I apologize. They should have been out for robot mode. So you have to get them in the right spot, and these double joints here allow you to manipulate so that they'll come around, just like this. Okay, so this comes up and out, this comes up and out. I've done this twice now, and it's not any easier anytime I do this, so just be mindful. This is not one of those readily, easily intuitive transformations here. And I apologize for not having it in a better way before we get started. These little bits come up on the hip skirts, and they will come in to the treads. So you're going to want something that looks like this. Again, I'm not 100% sure about the feet, but you're going to want it to look sort of like this. This is going to come down, this will come in, and remember, this one goes in here. So you kind of have to wiggle and manipulate until you get it where you want it. It will go, but it's not elegant. It's not elegant at all. And oh, you have to rotate it. That's probably why. Oh boy, we learn as we go here, folks. We learn as we go. That'll come in. That came in. Why didn't it? Alright. That's why, because I hadn't got it down as far as it needed to go. Rotate it around and down, and it'll sit right in there. This will sit right in there, at which point lift these up, turn this around, it will plug in place like this. Bulldozer comes down, and I'm sorry, I should have had these up for transformation, but these come down and fill in the spots right there. Now, that's what the bottom half should look like. And you saw how I had to fight with it to get it there. It doesn't get any easier. Now, this right here, remember this little bit right here that comes out, this rotates down, this rotates and clips over top of it once it's in place. Or maybe it comes inside. Crap, I used to know what I was doing with this. Anyway, this little tab right here is going to fit into this little tab right here. So you got to maneuver it until it gets just where it's supposed to go. And it doesn't plug in most securely, but it will actually plug in at some point. So rotate it around until everything lines up properly, like this. A little tab is supposed to go in right there, but it's really not going to. Alright, rotate your head around, or let it come off, either way. Bring that up, and believe it or not, that's going to tab in place, that's going to tab in place. That's pretty much it. That is the transformation for Bonecrusher here. He's about 2 3/4 long by about 1.5 inches. Width-wise, 1 3/4 inches. That's his. Now, Scavenger here, I've noticed a problem with his hook here. and or his scoop, and it won't stay. It won't stay. So just be aware that's not going to stay. So the first thing we can do here is put the hands away, just to get them out of the way. And something I have noticed is as mine go in, they rotate. They shouldn't, but they do. So just be mindful that they are probably going to move on you. There we go. Alright, let's do that one more time, if it's to where we can. And just rotate on that ball joint. They're not happy. Excuse me, I've had more trouble with him than I ever had with Bonecrusher. So, let's see here. Bend the knee, open this up, flip the flap, bring it up, tab this into place where it belongs, like this. Bring this in, and this one has a lip that will come, you'll see, in, just like the other one. Rotate, bring down, bring out the hips, and that's where we're going to leave him for this point. Now, unhook him here, and his chest plugs in right here with these two tabs. Just unplug his chest, pull this connection out, fold in the two tab pieces here, pull your arms straight up, take the flank sections and attach them. They're going to come in, but not just yet. Now, we have to rotate the chest like this. Okay. This is going to unpeg from the back here. This will come loose and out. This comes up. This comes up. And you have to do that so that the push your head down. You have to do that so that the arms will do what they need to do to come in. They need to rotate on this position so that this section is pointing up. So you have to rotate them here at this joint. I may be jumping ahead of myself here doing this now, but yeah, you just got to get it in place. There. Alright. The hardest part, as I have said before, of this entire transformation seems to be the hips. Getting everything lined up properly. So, you've got the tab and the port here, the same thing that we've seen before. This comes up, I think. No, it doesn't. It comes back, all the way back. This comes around. These feet are going to clip onto these little hooks right here. So get that in place here with this pin and this port. Get it into place and get it in there. Alright, and then bring the foot down and collapse it over that section there. And let's do that again. I have something off somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where. As I've mentioned, this is not the most intuitive thing I have ever seen. I'm not the biggest fan of different, of difficult transformations. And I'm not exactly saying this is difficult, but this is sure not simple. And this is supposed to come loose, I thought. Have I mentioned I've done this a couple of times now? This comes up and down. That was it. Okay. And then the hip skirts come down and tuck into. That was my problem right there. Hip skirts come up and into there, which will allow us to rotate around them and allow this to come down and set the way that it's supposed to. This will come in and collapse around that. This will come in and collapse around that, so that we get this right here. This, you just gotta rotate it. It's on a double hinge here. It'll come right in and it'll set right like that. Now your arms here come in the way that we have shown, and they should tab together here. They just come in like this. They come in like this. I think it's like this. Open up this flap right here. Pull this. You got to get this place, this in the right position as well. And I kept thinking there was a way to connect these, and there is. So you have to have the arm in a particular manner, and it is rotated so that this will plug into this. Not the easiest thing to do, but I will demonstrate it is doable. I know this because I have done this. And you want these little bits pointing up anyway, so that they can plug into the bits that need to be plugged into. There, that one's good. And that one is now good as well. This hole, this port, plugs in right there. This flips over, plugs in. Now we rotate around. We take our scoop here and we put it in place, and here is the scooper. Can't remember his name at the moment. I swear I'm losing my mind. 2 inches by 1 3/4, and that just falls off, by 1.5 inches. Yeah, this is a problem. This is a problem. It does not rotate. It's like it's square, not round. It's like it's a square. It is a square. No wonder. Okay. But that's okay. That's alright. We'll make it work. We'll figure out how to get it to work properly. Maybe. Come on now. Come back up. There we go. Alright. There. Alright. So yeah, that's these two guys. I'll go ahead and throw a Decepticon symbol on them, and we will go into final thoughts.
Do 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 do.
Yeah, Tom, I'm not getting in the middle of that. Yeet. Final thoughts wise, this second offering here from MagicSquare has its ups and it has its downs. The playability of this is okay. There are some issues with it, but I don't feel like anything's going to break, and I haven't had the same issue that most people had with the New Age one, where the this piece came pinned because they didn't do it right. Having said that, I'm not entirely sure waiting this long to get to this point for these two figures was worth it. I don't see anything here that really wows me to the point where, hey, they should have waited, is what I would say. Materials feel okay. I don't feel like anything's going to break. There's no die cast or anything in it. The only metal in it is the pins. The face sculpts, it's alright. They're going to be in Devastator mode once we get it all squared away anyway, so it's not a big deal. The cost, if I remember right, this set was, oh crap, how much was it? 60 bucks? 40 bucks? Crap, I can't remember right now, but these things are independently done, and I believe we have to pay a little extra for the independent stuff. They're not Hasbro. They don't get, you know, a budget that Hasbro would get. So we have to kind of offset that. If these were my first two Transformers, would I buy more? Yeah, I think there's enough good here to where I would buy more. And, you know, I mean, I got 4 of the 6, and the other 2 should be on the way at some point. So, yeah, I would probably buy more. I will tell you this, though. They're not fun to transform. I consider them to be slightly overly complex for their size. They do a lot. You pay a lot for what they do. I don't know. But I do like this look. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like with the Devastator. Anyway, this is Tom. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next review.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Are you tired all the time? Do you run out of energon for no apparent reason? Do other robots laugh at you and call you weakling? Do you feel like there should be more to life than what you are experiencing? Then you should try Vitamin John. It is the world famous Energon supplement. No steroids whatsoever. We all use all natural products. Vitamin John can turn losers like this one.
Hey.
Poof! Into magnificent specimens like these.
Hey there, big boy. You want to come over and see me sometime?
So try Vitamin John today. Operators are standing by.